Just getting suited up. I wasn't expecting that this afternoon. We just found a swarm in the garden. We used to be big beekeepers, used to have about 15 hives, but over the years we've let them die back, and we've got two problems actually, or two nice things I suppose. One is we've got a swarm in a tree, so we're going to try and put a bait hive underneath, but also I think either part of that swarm or another swarm has moved into a hive that I took down last year that's just sitting by the side of the shed, so I'm going to have to try and move that as well because it's in a really bad spot for everybody getting stung. So and I'm just going to put my suit on. If I can get my head in. I know everyone says I've got a big head, but there we go, try that.
And up in this tree is a sizable oblong swarm.
So me and Helen are now fully suited up, and as we get up close to here you'll see some activity on this hive, and this hive was in the garden for years and we just put it to one side ready to be cleaned, and there's obviously some activity, whether it's the remnants of a swarm or whether there's more in there, but we've had orientation flights and all sorts earlier on which looked like they were kind of putting up the shelves and unpacking the boxes, so we'll see. So we're going to have to do something about that, and whilst I'm here I'm just going to align everything because I just chucked it down really badly when I did it, so it needs just properly aligning. Let's have a look, see what's in there. Oh, by the sound of it there are quite a few. They're not going to be very happy with me for moving it like that, but never mind. Right, we'll deal with that in a minute. Right, let's move this one for that. This is the one we're going to use to try and capture the swarm, right? Let's pop that down on the ground for a minute, Al. Like so. Right. Let's just have a look inside this one. Oh, hello. What are you doing in there? So you can see this is a really old, manky, dirty hive. There's the odd bee in there from next door. So we'll pop this down and let's see if it acts as a home, temporary or otherwise, because we have had swarms stay for a little while. You can see that it's had some activity in there over the years. Right, let's get this blighter up there. And so whilst you're here, those of you that know a bit about beekeeping, this is what's called under-supered. So you've got the brood box here, and then there's actually a super underneath, which is the honey box. Not that we're expecting any honey from our bees, we just like them in the garden, don't we? Mm. But there we go. Right, let's see if I can pick this thing up.
Do you want me to take the lid?
No. On there. Good job. If these don't attract the bees and they go all quiet, I might take one and clean it out and set it up properly, Hel. But as an emergency measure,
yeah,
that's the best thing we can do for them. Okay. Don't need a lot, Well, let's hope that we might get
Interest.
some interest, because they're devil's bees. When they discover honey, it's the only time they're ever bad behaved towards each other. They will fight over honey, and that's about it. Not love nor money, but honey. Let's see if that works, Hal.
Okay.
You put a bit on the step, did you?
Yes, mainly outside and inside, but
Right. Well, working on the assumption that where there's a drop, there's more. Let's see if they attempt it. Right. That should be whiffing of paradise for bees now. Yeah, look, you see, there's 2 already.
okay.
Yeah. Right, let's see what our little furry friends do. Oh, there's 3 of them now. Right, we're getting out of here, H. 'Cause
Yes.
do you remember when we used to put the wet frames out after we'd extracted the honey in the garden? And within half an hour it was Bee City. And they'd do the job cleaning for us, didn't they? They used to dry them off, suck them dry, take the honey back to the hive that we couldn't extract, so it's all not wasted. Right, is that reasonably well aligned? Yep, I think so, Helen. We managed to do that without being stung as well so far.